is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing the top 20 best or moments in Sonic history. We already did the top worst or moments in Sonic history, cringiest, but now we're doing the best. So make sure to hit that like button, unless you want some problems. What's taking so long? I'm not playing with you, you see? Starting out with number 20, Infinite Jump Sonic. I know a lot of people don't like Sonic Forces, but put all that hating stuff aside, this scene was crazy. This was Infinite's best aura scene in the Sonic series, even though he throws it all out the window right after. He pulls up with some of Sonic's strongest past villains and completely demolishes Sonic. He doesn't even lay a finger on him, by the way, at the end of the day. We never seen Sonic get completely destroyed and knocked out like this. Then he puts him in jail for 6 months. Blood on him. Cause ain't no way they kept him alive. And who was feeding this dude? For number 19, Knuckles knocks out Super Sonic. To this day, this is Knuckles' most greatest achievement ever in gaming history. This happened over 20 years ago, and to this day, this is still brought up by every Knuckles fan you talk to. But really, this moment was such a huge aura moment because in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, before Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the transformation was literally known as invincible. It was literally untouchable, and then next game, he's flying through Angel Island and then it gets completely knocked out of it by Knuckles out of nowhere, a new character. And then this new character just laughs in his face, robs him of all the Chaos Emeralds, and runs off.
Approved!
For number 18, Eggman blows up the moon. During Sonic Adventure 2, if anybody was moving like King Von, it was definitely Eggman, armed and dangerous. Not only did he collect all of the Chaos Emeralds, but he had Shadow working under him, was 1 second off of killing Sonic, made Tails look like a complete idiot, and just imagine some random bald dude hacking the president's stuff and telling him, yeah, I'm about to take over the whole empire and I want you to bow down right now before it gets ugly. And then broadcasting to the whole world and telling them to all step down and come and watch the birth of a new empire. And then blows up a huge chunk of the moon just to scare anybody who tries to retaliate against him or get in his way. It's time to stop sleeping on Eggman like he's not a menace. For number 16, we have Silver's introduction. In the first cutscene, he's flying through the future and explaining his past, and off of that alone, everybody pointing fingers saying he's already comparable to Trunks. Being compared to Trunks is already giving you enough massive amount of aura as well, because Trunks has a massive amount of aura. This dude literally has the best drip in Dragon Ball and may not be that great in Super, but in Z, he pulled up and completely sliced up Frieza, had one of the saddest backstories, and was instantly a lot of kids' favorite character after watching Dragon Ball Z as well. But the way Sega introduced this character was amazing. It just wasn't in a good game. But they had him fight Sonic, and if you beat him, then he says, "Are you really supposed to be the one that causes the destruction of our future?" And then when they fight again, this time he's actually gonna finish the job, but then he gets saved by Shadow, and then when he's fighting Shadow, Shadow is pushed so much back into a corner that he decides, let me just use this Chaos Emerald, freak it, we ball. But then Silver's like, no, can't lose, and then takes out his Chaos Emerald and counters him with his Chaos Control as well. Either way, Silver's introduction to the series gave him a lot of aura. The only thing that sucks is that, again, he's playable in trash games. Sonic 06 is not really that good. The Olympic games, okay, cool. Rivals, okay, no. And then every other game is just like, bro, come on, just give Silver his own game or just an actual good game at least. Come on now, Sega. For number 16, we have Mephiles kills Sonic. Everybody remembers this moment. If you're a Sonic fan or not, you know about this time when Sonic finally died. At first, I didn't believe it. I thought this was a kid game. But actually, no, he did die. He had to get revived. Like, actually. Mephiles pulled up while he was walking with his crush and literally did no talking. Destroyed him. Gone. Not even Eggman would do this. And again, he had him locked up for 6 months in handcuffs. For number 15, Knuckles Sonic Movie 2 trailer. He said, "Does it look like I need your power?" And slams him on the ground. Oh my gosh. And get this, after he's bouncing and recoiling off the ground, in slow-mo Knuckles grabs him and slams him against the tree. This was just disrespectful. To be fair, the movie did change this and take it out, which I don't understand who made that call, but either way, if they did keep it like that and keep it the same as it was in the trailer, it would be peak, but it still was peak either way. For number 14, Sonic vs. Chaos. It's the first time we see super modern Sonic. And guess what's playing? Open Your Heart. Can't hold on much longer. I will never let it go! This moment has so much aura, like, you don't understand how much people Chaos done killed just by flooding this sea. Like, skyscrapers and everything, buildings were all just destroyed in seconds with people, I don't even know how they even got out of town after this. And Sonic ends up going super to run up through Chaos and destroy him from the inside out. The cutscenes, the music, the form, iconic. For number 13, we have Shadow the Hedgehog's game intro. Even though a lot of scenes don't actually happen, like Shadow killing Sonic, this scene is still fire. This introduction is still fire. You got Shadow using guns, beating up aliens and beating up everything, riding a bike and blowing up stuff. He easily earned the label of emo hot topic final boss after this scene. Now for number 12, Sonic Hero's transformation at the end. This scene is so big because this is the first time we ever seen 3 people go super at once, and it was Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. As bad and as frustrating as this game was, this was the scene I looked forward to the most, the final boss fight. And it sucks that now in later games, Sonic has really recently been selfish when it comes to turning super. Like a Sonic Frontiers, for example. He had Tails and Knuckles right there. They could have went super, and I don't care if they were like in some cyber energy type state. Like, bro, let's be honest right now. And don't even get me started with Generations. For number 11, Dark Sonic. He said, let's test them out. And he completely destroyed them. This scene had so much aura that there are still people to this day that will take it to the grave and die with saying that Dark Sonic is stronger than Super Sonic. There's definitely people that email Sega every day asking them to, yo, hurry up, make Dark Sonic canon, hurry up. I'm waiting too long, like I'm getting too old for this. But yeah, the transformation's easily one of the coolest Sonic transformations, but too bad it's not canon. That's the only thing that sucks about it. For number 10, we have the transformation when they went super and Burning Blaze. There was just a spotlight on both Sonic and Blaze, and they had the Chaos Emeralds coming down and the Soul Emeralds coming down from the sky, rotating around them, and they both were going into their super forms, and it was just showing off each part of their body and stuff and panning like up and down. Like, no, this scene was crazy. Keep in mind, the villain that they were going up against was stronger than both of them, as Eggman and Sonic even says, so they had to literally dodge and hit at the right times and do everything right, or they're gonna die. For number 10, Sonic and Shadow's team up transformation in Sonic Adventure 2. Besides the fact that it looks like they're rolling dice in their knuckles, like, come on, Gary needs a new set of shoes. The emeralds are just rotating around them and a whole transformation scene is taking place like Sailor Moon or something. In Sonic Adventure 1, we didn't get this. We just got him turning into it. We didn't get a whole transformation scene. For number 8, Sonic defeats a Razor Jin in Sonic and the Secret Rings. Every wish he hit him with that, I want to boom! 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 He tried to say, you can't kill me, I got immortality. And Sonic's like, yeah, I got this genie Glock on me, what now? And tell me how this cutscene has better animations than most cutscenes nowadays, and it came out in like early 2000s. Are you serious? For number 7, it is Sonic becomes King Arthur and that transformation in Sonic and the Black Knight. Again, cutscene animation that you still don't see nowadays like that. Like, this was literally ahead of its time. But for real, the choreography and how the armor pieces just snap onto Sonic is really creative, and honestly, it's really appreciated. Like, who would have thought Sonic would have been a Black Knight? Like, now he can say the N-word. Nah, I'm just kidding. For number 6 is Shadow's speech to Mephiles. Mephiles basically told Shadow, I literally just showed you and told you what they're gonna do to you in the future, and you don't wanna fight with me? And Shadow looks at him and comes to the conclusion, not only am I gonna get rid of you, but says the coldest speech saying, "If the world chooses to become my enemy," taking off his inhibitor rings as he's saying this, "I will fight till the end." And the music starts ramping up and then it goes crazy. Like, this scene was peak. For number 5, the Solaris voice lines from Sonic, Silver, and Shadow. "The present day, the here and now that you've stolen, time to take it back." Oh my gosh. And then when Shadow says, "A super dimensional being, this might be a fair fight." And then to top that off, the His World instrumental is blasting in the background. Nah, this scene had way too much aura. Everybody was cheering him on. This was something I would love to see in person. I don't even care if everything's about to get erased. If I were to pass away, this is the last thing I would love to see. Like, you know what the crazy thing is? This scene was so aura worth. How do you forget this? How did all the characters just somehow forget all of this, like, and have amnesia? For number 4 is Darkspine Sonic. Not only was the transformation just completely cold as heck, but the fact that he beat him up so bad and then said, "If this is your world, then it's a world that I don't want to be a part of," is just crazy. It just had me get out of my seat like, nah, no way he just said that, nah. Then when he said, "Everyone lend me your energy," it just reminds me of like Goku doing the spirit bomb, like, "Everybody lend me your energy." For number 3 is the Sonic Frontiers boss fight for the DLC. Not only do we see a new transformation, Super Sonic 2, but then we get another transformation where Sonic is completely going literally chaos. Like, this boss fight was so crazy because even when he gets knocked out of his form at some point in the fight, he still gets put right back into it. Like, this is the first time where he gets the Chaos Emeralds knocked out of him and then goes right back into the form. Like, what? And then the whole time in the background, all you hear is that "New Frontiers." Like, this song is just so perfect for this moment and honestly had a lot of aura. Like, now for number 2, Sonic enters Super Smash Bros. You're playing through the whole Subspace Emissary in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. All dimensions are being consumed by black holes. The Master Hand is no longer ruling the world, and he's been the puppet of Taboo the whole time. And when all the fighters of Trophy World come to his dimension to confront him, he turns them all into trophies. But not everybody was there, and some got freed. But finally, when everybody's there, ready to confront him, with no time to react, the fighters were about to be held at the demise of Taboo, who was once again going to trophycize everybody this time. But then out of nowhere, it's not a bird, it's not a plane, a blue hedgehog comes whizzing in and destroys his wings, lands on a rock and says, iconically, and it turns out it was Sonic who came to save the day. Keep in mind, nobody was fast enough to stop Taboo from doing it a second time other than Sonic. Do you know how much aura this scene has? Fun fact, do you know that Nintendo delayed the release of Brawl just because they needed to add Sonic to the game? Come on, that's Sega's biggest flex. Come on now. Now, for number 1, we have the Sonic Unleashed intro. Sonic lands on Eggman's battleship all the way in the middle of outer space. How the heck did he even get up here? But who cares? Completely starts destroying his whole army and starts running towards Eggman. Until eventually, when he starts playing around, he does get caught. But who said this wasn't his plan the whole time? He takes out the emeralds, goes super, and starts destroying Eggman's army while chasing him down. Keep in mind, again, there are barely any cutscenes till this day that don't look like this. This was cinematic as heck, and this was on the PlayStation 2 in the Wii. There's no way you can look me dead in my eyes and tell me you wouldn't want a Sonic movie that looks anywhere close to any of the cutscenes in Sonic Unleashed. The cutscenes are way too good to be just lying like that. And of course, an honorable mention for the number 1 spot obviously is the Sonic Movie 3 Dap Up scene. Pays complete homage to the Dap Up scene in Sonic Adventure 2 after you beat the lizard. I think I like this scene and like how they power up and stuff more than the game, to be honest. And if this was the final fight in the game, I think it'd be way funner than what we got in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, imagine flying through space using Chaos Spear with Shadow and just destroying robots and stuff like that, and then you gotta stop the laser at the end. Like, come on now, that'd be fun. But that's all I got for this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are having a great life. God bless you guys, and hope that you guys also liked the video. Love you guys. Peace. Shoot.